Street, Oben Electric is a Bangalore-based electric vehicle manufacturer. The startup has raised 40 crore rupees in equity and debt in an extended pre-Series A round. This brings the firm's total round to 72 crore rupees. The debt investors in the latest round were Stride Ventures and the Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency, who invested a total of $3 million. Joining me now to discuss the company's launch plans for the Oben Rorr and the growth roadmap is Madhumita Agrawal, the founder and CEO of Oben Electric. Madhumita, thank you so much for joining us on Startup Street. Now, the funds that you've raised were primarily raised to kickstart deliveries of your newly launched electric bike, Oben Rorr. Talk to us about your order book. Have you already started rolling out the bikes? It was supposed to happen in the first week of July.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And yes, we are all roaring, rather, I would say, our Rorr, the first flagship product. That is definitely rolling this week. And yes, we are all set to meet our customers, and the customers are waiting for the product. Yeah.
And what's the order book like?
So we have right now pan-India 21,000 orders. And that's what we are gearing up to kind of serve those orders.
Right, so 21,000 orders pan-India. Now, the funding will also help you increase your production capacity. What is it currently at, and how much will it increase by, and how soon is this going to happen?
So basically what we are going to now ramp up is like 1 lakh unit per year kind of capacity. And with our CapEx funding and what we have received right now and the strong investors, those who are backing, so the capacity goes up to 1 lakh unit per year.
All right. And talk to us about how this electric bike is different. Give us the specs. How is it priced? Who's your target customer at this current point in time?
So basically, Oben Rorr, it is pegged against a 150cc equivalent ICE engine motorcycle. So it's a motorcycle motorbike with 0 to 43 seconds, so best in class. And we are also kind of first one to introduce LFP battery chemistry in two-wheelers, and we are pioneering in that. So we are very proud to say that, to kind of bring LFP, which is a much better technology and safer technology for Indian markets, introducing in Oben Rorr. And definitely with our proprietary technology on the charging, where we are 2x faster in charging with a normal 15 amp socket, which is a very much consumer-centric solution what we are giving, a better battery technology and the 2x faster charging.
Right. And speaking about charging, you claim that it can be fully charged in about 120 minutes or about 2 hours at home. What's the charging infra like around the city? We've seen some cases of electric scooters catching fire. So what are the challenges with charging infra at this point in time?
So right now, if you see in EV, the transition for the consumer is refueling experience. Definitely, without doubt, the first thing is it has to be a two-wheeler which they equivalent or comparable or better what they have been driving. But on the refueling experience, there has to be tremendous R&D or tremendous focus by companies needs to be done. So that is where, as Oben Electric, we have kind of focused on to kind of provide a better technology, a safer, cleaner and longer range technology, which is through our LFP battery chemistry. Now coming to charging infra, definitely charging, where to charge, that's a big question that consumer has in the mind. That is where we have made our own proprietary, charger, which can charge through a normal socket. As a consumer, I'm worried, right? Where to kind of plug in, where to charge. So it is a 15 amp socket. He can charge anywhere. Apart from that, we have partners, third-party partners tied up with charging infrastructure in case there is an emergency, if the customer wants to charge somewhere he's traveling or. So we also have our partners, which is like 12,000 plus charging charging points across pan-India.
All right. What about revenues? What are the targets that you've set for yourself, and what's the road to profitability looking like?
Yes. So yes, definitely starting with, our first year revenue, what we are looking at, starting with $45 million to, in the fifth year, going to about $1.6 billion with a road to, kind of profitability, because our focus has been getting into profit, because first of all, being an R&D organization and kind of developing everything in-house, your margins also flow in to my books, right? So that is where our road to profitability also is very soon to be seen.
All right. And so what's next for Oben EV? Where will we see the next leg of growth coming from? Any new bikes on the anvil? Also, what's the order book? How do you expect the order book to grow going forward? And also, are you well capitalized? Any more fundraising plans?
So definitely, order book 21,000 is a very big number if you look at the current EV, numbers that has been sold. And right now, as we strongly believe, motorcycle is a very aspirational product. So it has to be more like a pull rather than a push. You have to kind of go by, the product has to speak for itself. So definitely we have seen a lot of traction from, the first showroom from, Bangalore. When we have started since May, there has been a very good traction there. Bookings have increased. And what we see that moving forward, we will come in different, we'll specialize in motorcycle and we'll be coming, in different segment. Because if you look at Indian market, it starts with 100cc and kind of consolidates within 150cc segment, right? That would be our kind of prime first focus to kind of target. And yes, with, the infusion of our next round, that is a Series A round, we are raising a $25 million equity round. That is where we will be kind of ramping up further and setting up our distribution pan-India and having those orders fulfilled.
Right. And how soon will you be raising this $25 million?
So we are looking at to close by, October, November timeframe this year.
All right. October to November timeframe. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today, and we wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.